The musical square, currently under renovation, the must-see destination of Vaghen. No one can say they have visited the town if they have not at least seen one of the incredible mechanical concerts. Central station, where you arrive or leave from the station. One thing is for sure, it's typical architecture and is a landmark of its own right. 3, the Antiques District. Destination not to be missed. The district is full of surprises. Every corner just waiting to be picked up by the knowing the bargain hunter. The Bridge of Mist. Idyllic view of the Dombra, unique architecture, and numerous traditional shops featuring local crafts. This historical monument not to be missed. Okay. If you say so. Oh,
Hans. According to this flyer, he came to Vaghen during one of his trips.
1919, Ostwald was formed from the dividing up of several states after defeated during the Great War. Vaghen became its capital on difficult economical climate. 1933, the Great Depression for the United States reaches its height in Europe. The situation becomes critical in Vaghen with the unemployment rate exceeding 25%. 1935, Vaghen owes its salvation to a strange French inventor by the name of Hans Vorarlberg. This young man, on passing through the town on one of his numerous trips to the east, stayed in Vaghen to mechanize the entire city, which was destroyed by fire. So creating thousands of jobs that boosted the stagnant economy before he disappeared as he had appeared. We owe him notably for the town jewel, the Music Square. 1938, after years of growth, Brown Shadow fascists annexed Vaghen. Their people followed the night of murderous raids against the Bulgarian people. 1945, after years of fascist occupation, Vaghen is finally liberated from the Allied forces, or by the Allied forces, consisting of Soviet, American, British, and French troops. Victory greatly facilitated by the local network of resistance fighters. 1955, after a decade of being administrated by Allied forces, Vaghen, an extension of Ostwald, recovers fully sovereignty and begins transformation of its local economy. 1995, also becomes a member of the European Union. All right.
I hope it'll be just as calm when I get back. Wouldn't mind some alone time by the fire. Hope it still works.
That looks about it.
That's not my room. Better not go.
I think that's Frau Wagner's room.
The street that you walk down, beginning. You do Vaghen. Man, this drop frames. I don't get it. Is this lighting my face red? I don't know. Yeah, well, that's a guitar pick. And my wallet. See, now, my mom had the little goose with the music box, as they called it.
Perfect. I just need to take this painting to the antique shop I found earlier. Maybe Frau Wagner can tell me how to get there.
Hard to sever. Looks like starts with a K. That it?
I'll find her, Katyusha, just like I promised. And we'll find out who she is, or was.
It was hidden major suitor's train. Yeah. The amount I can't decipher the painting signature. Who is she? 7. Need to find this Mueller shop. Yeah. Anything else in here?
Nice. It seems like a lifetime since I enjoyed some good old-fashioned comfort. Room might not be as cozy as a you-call yurt, but it's sure more spacious.
I can't really look across. Okay.
How strange to be here in Vaghen. After months of roaming from east to west on a motorbike, after taking odd jobs here and there to build up a little nest egg to finance this trip, and to be able to stay in this guest house for a time. Lucky Frau Wagner let me in despite my appearance when I arrived, with my meager means. The days when Marson and Lormet paid for my travel expenses seems far away now. It's like they were someone else's memories, fading away with passing time. Guess I've changed. Since the death of Mom and Katyusha, pursuing my hypothetical double on the painting turned out to be too tempting.
What is going on there?
Comforting, even. In any case, I promised Katyusha I would find her.
How's the stream looking? Is it working? Going well? Right now, it doesn't look like something's working well. Hold on, Kate. I'm busy trying to figure this stuff out. It is not working well today. Oh. And I'm not getting anything working. What is going on? Is it working for you guys? Anybody even still here after? I don't know. It's not working on my phone. Hmm.
Oh, I understand why Wagners call their town the heart of Europe. It's literally in the center of it.
Hmm. Well, I may have to stop the stream and start it back up because I'm not sure what is going on. Unless you guys can see it and it's working well for you. Hmm.
Oh, hi, dear.
Alright, so just saved. Get nothing but errors. Well, if anybody can see me, I'm going to stop this, try to start it back up, see if it works. So, I'll be back. Alright, we're back up. Still working? God, I don't know. Okay. Nothing but issues. Nothing but issues today. I do apologize. Do apologize. Back to game. Not sure if it's my internet's acting up or what.
It's busy.
Oh, it's a phone booth. Like, what the hell is that? She's right there. Talk to her.
So, Miss Walker, were the documents of any help to you?
Yes, I was even able to locate the shop I'm looking for. Thank you so much, Frau Wagner.
Good. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with.
How do I get there? I'll just start from there.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about your guest house, Frau Wagner?
Oh, I'd be delighted. What would you like to know?
Things seem to be quiet today.
Oh, there's never many guests at this time of year.
Actually, is she a guest too?
Oh, yes. She arrived earlier. An elderly English lady. A former military officer, if I understood correctly. They say she's come on some rather unpleasant business. A burial, from what I can gather.
Oh.
Yes, Miss Walker. And she hasn't let go of the telephone since she got here.
I'd love to know more about you, Frau Wagner.
Oh, there's not much to tell, really. At least, nothing that would change the course of history.
But I'm sure you've had an eventful life, haven't you?
Well, I was born just after the war in Vaghen, and I've never left. I opened this place and ran it with my husband until he died a few years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You see, nothing to write home about. Then again, we were never ones for excitement, really. But we were happy, my husband and I.
The room's just perfect. Thank you so much.
There's no need to thank me, Miss Walker. It's my job to make sure my guests are comfortable. And it's not every day we get a young American lady on a motorbike in the middle of the night looking for a mysterious shop. It makes me feel like I'm in a detective novel.
Vaghen.
I have a few questions about Vaghen.
Good. because if you'd asked me about the latest scientific discovery, I'd have to say pass. But if it's about Vaghen, then you've come to the right person, my dear.
What can you tell me about the district?
Well, it's one of the oldest districts in Vaghen, traditionally working class. Myself and a few of the other relics who live here do try to keep it from modernization and mass tourism as best as we can. Other districts haven't been so careful, and the locals have been forced to leave their district
Believe that
because
guy on
of
the bench is
rising
having a
rent
seizure.
prices.
To be honest, I haven't had much time to find out about Vaghen and the surrounding area. What is it I should know?
For one, Vaghen is very old, renowned for its charm and culture. As for the surrounding area, it attracts mountain lovers mostly, it being so near to the Swiss Alps, of course. The banks of the Dombra, the longest river in the country, are the delight of summer vacationers.
Apparently the shop I'm looking for is located in Vaghen's Antiques district. Could you tell me how to get there from the guest house?
Your best bet is to take the tram, miss. The town centre is almost entirely pedestrian, and your motorbike won't be of any use there. You'll find the nearest tram stop at the top of the stairs, to your right as you go out of the guest house.
History.
My, quest here is closely linked to the region of Vaghen. Could you tell me a little bit about its history?
I'd be glad to.
The woman I'm looking for must have been about 18 in 1937. Was this an important date in the history of Vaghen?
Not that I know of, no. But I'm not much of a historian, and I wasn't even born then. All I know is that the Troubles came the following years, with the Second World War. So that year must have been a boom year for fascist ideology, when the Brown Shadow was still just another party vying for power by preaching hate.
I found out about the woman I'm looking for thanks to a painting that must have been pillaged by the Brown Shadow during World War II.
It doesn't surprise me. Vaghen, and by extension all of Ostertal, was annexed and occupied by the fascists just before the war. They sacked, stole, and pillaged everything they could, just like they did in the rest of occupied Europe.
Nothing else comes to mind for the moment. Thank you for your time.
Well, feel free to come back and ask if you have any more questions. Have a nice day, Miss Walker.
Well, I can't take my bike, but I'll look at it anyway, because I can.
Pity Vaghen is practically all pedestrian. After all those months on the road, I've gotten kind of fond of that old bike.
Probably sell that bike for a decent amount of money. Especially if it still runs. But maybe not. I don't know anything about motorcycles. Anything over here? Garbage. Garbage. Don't need to go see garbage. You guys are in the way. No? No, apparently I can't go that way. Can't go out on the tracks. Can't go that way either. Excuse me? Oh. So, we now go to the Mueller's shop. At least this is still working.
Have you heard what the Thor uncovered up in the mountain?
At Devil's Pass, you mean? I did hear something on the news before coming out. What's the latest then?
They reckon they found remains dating back to World War II, when Alpine resistance networks led refugees across into Switzerland. Nasty times were those.
Yes, not the best times in our history, were they?
Gonna stop or I gotta continue? Okay, I gotta continue. Added to the diary. Kate's footsteps in order to reconstitute her trials and tribulations in Vaghen. A lot of stuff outside that you have to bring back in.
An antique shop, but not the one I'm looking for.
Muller's? Oh, straight ahead, Fraulein. You can't miss it.
No, that isn't the antique shop I'm looking for.
But you browse everything before you even look at the name of the store. Never waste of time. Oh, come back. Talk to this strange dude.
Hello?
Hello.
Müller und Söhne? It's just over there, on the next corner.
Feels like I've completely lost my appetite since the mines. And yet, Vaghen is famous the world over for its cakes.
Piece of cake. Must be Mulus.
Müller und Söhne. Mother and son. This must be the place. I thought as much. So, Hans was here in Vaghen after all. That hallmark on that sphere proves it. Wonder what that automaton was used for. I have to get a closer look. Well, that is if someone lets me in.
Oh. No sign? There we go.
Inventory day. Ring 3 times for urgent matters.
Two, three.
You rang?
Yes.
Thanks,
Sorry to
Lurch.
bother you.
Suit of armor.
I should talk to the antique dealer. I can always browse later.
I was in the middle of an inventory. Is it urgent?
Sorry. Curiosity piqued my interest. Curiosity.
Hello. I mean, guten Tag. Herr Müller?
Guten Tag, Fräulein. I am stock-taking, if you will.
Oh, sorry to disturb you, but if you don't mind, I'd like to show you a painting.
A painting?
Yes, of someone I'm looking for. A girl who apparently looked like me.
Well, I'm rather busy. But all right. Show me.
You see? It has the name of your shop on it.
Yes, the label certainly comes from here. It's very old, though.
It's the only clue I have as to the whereabouts of the girl.
I see.
My guess is, whoever owned the painting must have been a client of the shop before the painting was stolen by the Brown Shadow during the Second World War.
That's all very possible. That was when the shop sold materials for artists. As you can see, we don't sell that type of article anymore. Do you mind if I take a look?
Be my guest.
Definitely a lot more calming than the Elix. No drop frame so far.
Do you know anything about the artist?
Well, I'd say the style is close to the naturalist school, which makes sense given the date on it. The signature is very faint. From what I can make of it... No, the name doesn't ring a bell. Sorry, Fraulein.
How could the case have come from your shop?
Going by the date, the painting must have been done in my grandfather's day. Back then, the shop sold materials for art, and this type of case would have been used to protect a painting. Or to carry documents, a manuscript, or even sheet music. Apart from that, there's not much else I can tell you.
I've been told I look like the model in the painting. A slight exaggeration, no doubt. But is there any chance that you know who she could have been?
There's no exaggeration, Fraulein. Indeed, she does look like you. But I'm sorry, I've never seen her before.
Pity. You were my last hope.
I can tell you where it was painted, though, if it's any help.
Oh?
Yes, I'm certain. That's the refuge at the Silberspiegel. You can make out the mountain circus in the background. It overlooks Vaghen and leads to the Swiss border.
Right.
You can get there by the tramway. Just Head southeast and get off at the end of the line.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Mind you, there's quite a hike from the station to the refuge.
Oh, I'll manage.
Anything else, Fräulein?
Actually, there is. I noticed an object in your window there. A strange metal sphere which might work with an automaton mechanical heart I have.
Yes, it's an authentic Vorarlberg.
Do you mind if I try it?
No, not at all. Let me get it for you.